Here we go, tape delay, new one. We're in the tape corner, so you know what that means. For the tape heads, I'm sorry. You know how it goes, sometimes a lot of stuff comes in, but now it's more sporadically, you know, tape here, tape there. A gift came in that made it a rounder or a better Filth video, so let's dive into it. On the background is, like I promised in the last show back, the spectral voice with eroded corridors of Unbeing, the live tape that they put out, or they had on their European tour dates. Like I said, originally released by Lavender Sect on a VHS tape, so the live document from their Denver release show. It is a blue, beautiful tape, stamped on the inside. They'll probably release some if there are leftovers. I saw a huge bin with a lot of them, so yeah, there you go. Spectral Voice, which was one of the gigs of the year for me. I'm not going to do my end of the year list yet because I'm still waiting on actually my, I guess, #1 or high up there. So that is coming. There is a Left Hand Choice is coming, and there is the most anticipated coming again this year. So yeah, we'll see. I'm working on it. Let's dive in. The Spectral Voice is a bit loud, but I think we'll manage. The first thing that came in was a gift, actually from a Canadian friend connection, the guy behind Sombre Rituel, a Canadian tape label. Do I have his tape by hand? Yes. Sorry for the unprofessionality. Blanche Noirceur was the thing I got to know him by, and this is the collection box that I got from him on Discogs for a fair price because it is his project. This was the box set, and this is a few years ago. I have to listen to this again. Surprised you got the BN Deluxe or something. Private box set. That's my gay cell phone sound. So yeah, I got to know him by this. He contacted me on YouTube, I think. I'm not sure what video it was, it doesn't matter actually, but let's put this on silence. So yeah, Sombre Rituel, he contacted me and he said, hey, give me your address, I'll send you some tapes, the newest releases. This is actually the November 2019, I guess, available releases. So a lot of these are on here and ready for ordering. There is a email address which is sombrerituelmtl, I think, at gmail.com. Fuck this world, fuck social media. So yeah, it is hard to promote a guy who doesn't want to be promoted, but let's try our best. He gave me some stuff. Sit and Spin, nice sticker. I'll put that there. And then there is this, a postcard from Asrach to rub it in that I still don't have made steps to get into that label. Just because, yeah, there's so much. Asrach, Dead Hymns are two labels that I'm fucking up on completely, but yeah. Isn't that the way it always goes? So yeah, let's dig in. Sombre Rituel, from Canada, like I said. I'm not sure if he wants his name out there, just, it's a label, you don't have to know who's behind it. 3 tapes, one very unreadable Russian one semi-readable guy from New York, and then there is, I think, his project, but I'm not sure, a Satanic Ritual Live. Let's start, let's just pick one, this one. So the Russian, I have my handy cell phone, there they go. I have my handy cell phone just so you can see what it's called, in case you speak Russian or can read, what is it, Cyrillic, I'm not sure. So yeah, it's unpronounceable. I don't even know what the letters mean. This is maybe the most straightforward black metal, but it is a step above in production and in how it's played. It's actually a very good tape, and out of the 3, this is maybe my favorite one. It's just a pink tape, a lot of tape or a lot of material on here. These are actually, all 3 of them are very, very short tapes. Good in their own right, all very different sounding, but yeah, there's a lot of material, and that goes for all of these. a lot of people don't maximize their tapes, which is too bad. You know, the B-side is completely empty. I listened to it all the way through, which is a long way through, but yeah, it's all hand cut. There you go. And like I said, this is in the raw vein of black metal, good production. You hear everything. I think it's a one-man project. Like I said, there's not much info on artists or label or guy behind the label, so they always do these stamps, and this is limited to, is there a limitation? Yeah, I don't know how much, but this is 15. Comes with this Xeroxed plastic sheet. Yeah, playing ability is there, the sound is there. So like I said, from the three, this is my favorite, I guess. So yeah, that Russian thing. Then a one-man project from New York, the guy who is also behind Cosmic Hate, and a bunch of other projects that I kind of already mentioned or talked about. This is, I have to check again, Gorset FM, am I pronouncing that? Yeah, Gorset FM with them, well, those titles, guy, I mean, come on. Really nice looking tape. Once again, the same, a lot of material on pink tape, but not a lot on here. There are, it says, because there's no track listing on the tape, it says it has about 5 tracks on here. Yeah, 5 tracks, all unreadable. It looks Irish-ish, but I'm not sure. This is a J card, and it is it limited? This is number 29. I'm not sure what it is limited to. 35 copies, so it's all very limited runs. I'll link in the description where you can buy these, because he has them also on Discogs, mostly for 4 or 5 euro. The guitar and drum on this are very, it is, in my opinion, not really black metal. The vocals kind of pull it in that territory, but the instrumentation is more of the, yeah, more like an indie band playing, or I don't know. It is it's comparable to something like Oppenheimer, maybe, who plays Americana. This is more of that. Yeah, it's hard to describe. It is. I've heard bands like it, but Oppenheimer is maybe the closest I can come to with that lo-fi. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just played acoustically without distortion, somewhere in that realm. Then there is this one, and I have to check again because there are literally nothing on. There's nothing on here. Northern Territory Occultism from Humanitatum, not Obscuritatum, but Humanitatum. Clear shell, and this is also a handmade fold out. There is a barn on the cover. I love that picture, really do. And this is, if I have to compare it to something, it's Sun Black One. It is a drone piece. It says here, Humanitatum, Northern Territory Occultism, live ritual recorded and performed at the Block House, Northern Canada, August XXVI 2019. Sombre Rituel Productions 333, and this is 16 out of 33. Yeah, a drone piece, similar to Black One, but once again, very short. Very short for a live set or a drone piece. Very succinct. It sounds good. It instantly reminds me of Black One. So if you're into that, this is something for you. Humanitatum with Northern Territory Occultism. Mr. SR Sombre Rituel, thank you very much. I enjoyed these. I didn't know I knew the guy behind this, which is also cool. He immediately contacted me that he had this tape for me, but yeah, I already scored it, it seems. So once again, thank you very much, and I will be keeping an eye on your label. Cheers. The sound quality on that Spectral Voice tape is amazing. If you can get your hands on it, it is worth just listening to. You don't have to have the VHS, but whatever. Yeah, let's delve in, since we are listening to death metal. This is the Teutonic Deity. A side project, like all side projects, is saying a lot, but Paul Riedel from Spectral Voice and Blood Incantation has a Teutonic Deity reassembled in pain. This came out on 7-inch black and silver on Woodsmoke Records, and this is the, let's see here, I don't know, Lunar Tomb Records. Here you go. This is a 3-piece. I think it's his wife or his girlfriend, I'm not sure, and then a drummer that play, yeah, death metal. These tracks are from 2013 and 14, and a all arrangement by Osterhout and Corinne. So the drummer and then the guitarist, vocalist, not the Blood Incantation dude, but his female counterpart, recorded some of these songs, recorded in 2015, so it's been around for a while. I think what Mr. Blood Incantation brings is the, he does guitar and then second vocals. You have that duality between her vocals and his vocals, which are melting perfectly. Cool thing is they also credit solos in here, so you have lyrics and then solos. Erica Osterhout, Charles Corinne, and Paul Riedel. It starts off with a track. What's the first track here? Drains. It kind of sounds like a Mastodon track in the beginning, but the very beginning it goes into death metal territory very soon or very fast. Did I write anything down for them? Yeah, the Mastodon intro. It's more Death Doom. You can almost hear like the old tracks or the older written materials more in the Death Doom department, and then the newer stuff added is more death metal. It is not too technical, but yeah, it has that. When I say Mastodon, I kind of mean that the riffs kind of sound more open than just brutal death metal riffs. So there's a bit more. There's more to discover, whatever. Drained, disintegrating organs, echoes of death and blood ritual. And blood ritual kind of is more into what Mr. Paul Riedel is doing or is adding, I think. Anything else? Anything else? No, but this is like their demo or whatever you want to call it. So these are the first 4 tracks. I can see that it's going to be very, very good. Then I ordered a tape from Extremely Rotten Death Metal in Denmark. Extremely Rotten Distribution, who does stuff for Undergang and stuff like that. So this is sticker material. What else is on here? Lycanthropic Chance. So yeah, what I got was the Ulcerot, their 2019 debut demo, Nikuratu. This, which has now already been repressed with a reworked artwork. It actually has this artwork on the cover now, which I think is better than the one I have, which the logo is not incorporated in the drawing. But this is Ulcerot with Nikuratu on Extremely Rotten, a store and label in Denmark, Copenhagen. What this is quite literally, if you have Hyperdontia and Untergang, or however you pronounce it, and Pissgrave, fuck and produce some hellspawn. This is it. These are guys from those bands that decided to write and record a demo 1 in 2019, July or something. Yeah, July 18th and 21st, 2019. Tim Mellon, Thomas Fries Jurgensen, Henrik B. Christiansen, and David Mikkelsen. So yeah, the dude from Pissgrave, and then a bunch of Danish guys. Here they are. Dual vocals, so the vocalist, I think for Hyperdontia, I could be mistaken, and the vocalist for Pissgrave. One has this extremely guttural Danish death metal voice that he's using. The other one, Pissgrave, is more like something scratching in your brain. Yeah, it is the amalgamation of the 2 rotten bands or rotten scenes. There is the sticker or the postmark. What did I write down? So yeah, heavy, fast vocals, and then croaking, brutal, guttural vocals. What if Undergang fucked Bisgrave? Yes. Fast. The drums are insane. The snare hits. Yeah, it just slows down in the end, just to end, because it has to end somewhere. But it's dirty, heavy. It sounds very live in the room. I think it's just press record and play. I can't seem to imagine that they put a lot of time in production. It sounds great, but it's just that play live, record, let's go. So let's look into that. Then that was the death metal portion. We are now getting back into the black metal portion with Oculus. Oh, I have to look at it. I can't read it. Oculus Valkai or something like it. Bear with me, I'll already show it to you. The thing is called Alcest. I had it lined up, but of course it disappeared on me. Oculus Vacui, so I was close with Alcest. I'm sorry. This is a record that came out on Go to War X. The LP by now is skyrocketing, but Dawnbreed, Jeff Dawnbreed, had the tape version, or did the tape version on his label Dawnbreed Records. So I decided to snag it up and see what the fuss was all about, because the record sold out instantly. Of course, it is a Go to War X tape. Yeah, very cool white shell, and this is, like I said, black metal. I thought it was going to be very ritualistic, because it says so on their Bandcamp that is a ritual, and you know, very ritualistic. It is limited to 70. I have 37. And there you go. Very nice looking J card. The record looks awesome too. That's why I decided, or I was looking at it in the first place. Drums by Omega, ritual ambience by Nordvarg, and music by Oculus Vacui, Void and Neshama. So a duo from the Netherlands. I don't know where they're from, where they're in. Let's see. It is very atmospheric black metal. So more atmospheric than ritualistic. The bass drum, or the drum, is relentless. It just, whatever beauty the guitar brings into this, the drum just keeps plowing through it like it's, yeah, like it has no respect for the guitar, but it actually has. The vocals kick in now and then. It is more of a instrumental tape than it has vocals. The vocals are very, you have to imagine someone who starts screaming and then falls into the abyss, so it's always that big build, and then it just gets pulled away. Yeah, it is a good tape. I'm not putting it down or anything, but I just had a more raw sound, or a more ritualistic sound in mind. It is a bit too clean, or a bit too beautiful for me. Nothing wrong with it, but not worth shelling 60 euros for a record. But all in all, a good atmospheric black metal record. Nothing wrong with it. Then, two tapes that skyrocketed into my top 20, I think, my top 10 EPs or demo material for sure. And it's Ceremonial Incantations and Baphomancia. Two tapes from bands in America. I think one is from Arizona. This is Arizona, and this is, I think, Los Angeles. I'm not sure. I think these are kids with Latin backgrounds, or whatever you want to call it. Just because the way they look and the way this sounds. These are demos heavily influenced by Latin American black metal bands, and you have to look for the sound. You have to look there. The Baphomancia, let's start there. I saw this come up on Instagram, which is for me the place to discover new music, it seems. The guy's name was Tony Sathanas, and he was presenting his band on Instagram, or an account showed up. I jumped on it and I just ordered it. Tony Rodriguez, California, United States. So yeah, I just ordered it and it looked interesting. It is a very, very good tape. From these two, I don't know which is my favorite. This is a bit more straightforward maybe than just a Maxwell tape. Great for everyday recording. There you go. From the two, this is maybe the bit more straightforward tape. This is limited to 88s. I'm not sure what copy I have because it's a download cross. These were like made on order, so if you ordered one, they made some. This is the US, their self-released edition. The other one came out to Medieval Prophecy Records from Belgium, which is now working with the band, I guess. Like I said, a bit more straightforward. Into the Abyss, there's an intromancy, I love that. Intromancy, intercurse, and outro sides, which I really love. Yeah, so there's an intro, there are 2 tracks, there is a mid thing, there are 2 more tracks, and then there's an outro. So in that sense, it is yeah, more straightforward, like I said. Sound-wise, it's played a bit sloppy, but very, yeah, it's just very good. Catchy, not really catchy, but yeah, there are good riffs on here. It's just a very, very good demo that, yeah, that has its feet in the Latin, Brazilian black metal underground. So there you go. They announced their second demo today, but it will come out. It won't come out until 2020, so we'll wait for that. What did I say? Classic, yeah, a bit more straightforward. There are synth parts in here, so in that sense, it's called Agonized in Belial's Land, a duo from California, which I am looking forward to their second demo. Then there is Ceremonial Incantations, it seems. The tape is done, I'm almost done. Poder del Demonia. So yeah, it's Spanish, I don't know. Same tape. It kind of feels like they know each other, because I think I got to this through Tony from the other band. I instantly loved the cover picture, and then I just decided to grab it. This is a bit less straightforward. If these guys, if Baphomancia, imagine like they drink a few glasses of wine or a few beers and then they record. This guy is blitzed in my opinion. Not that it's not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm getting blitzed. Cheers. But with the way he screams, the shrieks he does, and the way he eats his mic sometimes, you know, that heavy leaning into it, and I don't know, I think this is my favorite of the two. I'm not 100% sure, but the title track, the Ceremonial Incantations on here, is by far one of my favorite tracks from this year. Limited to 30, this is 13, but I think it's going in run, so this is first pressing. Yeah, what else is there to say? I wrote something down, I guess. A medieval intro. It is about Satan, that is for sure. Yeah, drunk, clenching the mic, croaking, and then losing his shit. The title track is actually catchy, but then it goes into these insane shrieks that put the mic in overdrive. It is insane. It has some Latin vocals. I'm not sure if it's a human drummer or a drum machine, because the bell hits on the right are it's uncanny how on point they are. But once again, this is the J card. It seems it's a duo too. I just talked to the main guy behind it. Yeah, there is a battery cover here, Satan my master. They say Ave Sathanas about a million times. Recorded in the Temple of Abaddon in 2019. The cool thing about this is that it has a lot of material, a lot of tape on here. When the tape is done, it is 5 tracks, including the cover and the intro. When it is done, oh, it says here vocals, oh, I can't read that. Messenger, oh, Sathanas, and instrumentation is Abyssal Summoner, I think. I'm not sure. When the tape is done, it just restarts, but then backwards, so you get the entire tape backwards, which it is kind of interesting to hear, because the riffs stay up. I mean, it's kind of like deconstructing their own demo in some kind of weird way. I don't know how they did it. It's probably a technical trick they have on their duplication machine. But anyway, if you pick up something from these things, I'll try to put some links or yeah, some contact info for these two bands. But yeah, this is some very good shit, and I love how something like Instagram can somehow make it feel like we're back in the 90s tape trading and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of great collections coming up, so it's not all fucking cesspool Instagram shit. Guys, thank you very much for hooking me up with this, Tony, and I just know their Instagram monikers. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. That's about it for the tape delay. A lot of stuff coming up. My vacation, Christmas vacation starts now. We're just waiting for the baby to come, so try to keep a sane head and do some music stuff. Guys, cheers, and I'll see you over there.